Don't you just love it when you're browsing through the PlayStation Store looking at the latest sales and deals and you stumble across a game that you never heard of before but it catches your eye and you decide to just take a chance on it and see what it's like, and it ends up being an absolute gem of a classic that you've missed out on and you really love the game? Well, that happened to me recently when I managed to pick up the Mark of the Ninja, which is this really awesome and stylish 2D side-scroller stealth 'em up where you play as a ninja using all the usual tricks and tools to sneak around and make kills in the dark. It's a brilliant game, and I ended up spending around 18 hours on the game as I headed towards that shiny platinum. But just how fun was the journey towards that shiny platinum? Was it really a annoying one? Well, all of that and more is going to be answered as I let you know whether you should platinum Mark of the Ninja. So the game has 39 trophies for you to collect, and for this video I decided to bunch them up into different categories, allowing me to talk about those specific trophies all in one group. And the first of these is the story-based progression trophies. So these are a bunch of, I would say, around 8 or so trophies that you'll just naturally unlock as you play through the game normally. So these are the ones where you don't need to worry about them. They are ones that you'll just get as you complete certain levels or kill certain targets as part of the story. You'll just automatically get these as you finish that particular section of the game. So these aren't for every level in the game, so you won't get one every time you finish a stage, but it's every couple of stages. And once you get to certain key points in the story, you'll get these. So you'll maybe save someone at the beginning of the game, you'll kill a few high value targets, and so on. So these are just easy trophies for you to get. In total, there are around 12 stages in the game, and the levels range from anywhere between like 10 to say 20-25 minutes, so they're not particularly long, and there's a load of checkpoints, so you can easily restart if you fail a section. The game does have a trophy for completing the game, and at the very end there is a choice to be made of whether you kill yourself or the clan leader, but thankfully there isn't a trophy tied to a specific choice. So here for this trophy you don't need to kill one or the other, it's just whatever one you pick, you will unlock this gold fated trophy. There is also a extra piece of, I think it probably was story DLC, as this is an old game remastered, and you get another trophy for completing Dosan's Tale. And I was a bit disappointed with this one because I thought it was going to be like maybe 3 or so smaller levels, but it ends up just being one medium-sized level. And while it was fun to play this stage because you do it differently, as you don't actually kill people, you just knock them out, it did leave me wanting more, which was a bit of a shame. But once you complete that, you'll unlock that trophy. There is then another gold trophy called True Ninja, and this is awarded for completing the game in New Game Plus. Now, New Game Plus allows you to carry over all of your abilities, all of your unlocked weapons and distraction items, and your collectibles. However, I will say New Game Plus does make things harder, as you can no longer see everywhere on the screen. You can only see where your character is directly looking at, so all of the other sections of the screen will be blurred out, and also enemy radars and cones and vision don't actually show up on screen, so it does make it a little bit more challenging. So I definitely recommend that you go into this with all of the upgrades fully upgraded for all the items. And another thing I would say, don't be afraid to just run if you get caught. Don't worry about all the optional objectives at this point, just try and get through the stage. Certain points like you can see here on screen, I just ran through using the Mark of Serenity. There's a load of different costumes as well that you can equip to try and make things easier, and Smoke and Fungus always helped. Next up is the kill-based combat trophies. So these just require you to perform certain actions to kill people. You'll get your first one called Hisomi's Hair, which I've probably just said completely wrong because I just caught the name on screen there, so apologies. But this is the first trophy you'll get for just basically just killing your first guard. So basically you just got to sneak up behind them, you'll see the square prompt on screen, and then you'll have to either press left, right, up or down depending on where you are as you approach approach the character to kill, and it's just a case of doing that quick time, you'll get the kill. You'll get another trophy called Stealth Assassin, which is a nice reference to the Tenchu games for getting 25 successful stealth kills. So these are kills where no one's seen you or heard you. So if you fail the quick time, I don't think it would count as a successful stealth kill, but you need to do it silently. So this will just come naturally as you're playing. The counter remembers in every level. It's not like you've got to do it all in one level, in one big long go, so you can come back to this and just naturally get it. It's one that you'll just easily get, you don't really need to think about it. Next up is a trophy called Snare, and that requires you to lure a guard with a dead body and then stealth kill them. So just kill a body, kill a guy, you can pick up the body with circle, throw it with square, and make sure it's in the line of sight of a guard, and then just as they're walking over to the guard, kill them. But try and kill them before they bent down and looked at the guard, because you might run out of time, because they'll start to do this like body detected countdown and be alerted. The next trophy we'd probably get is the Worst Allies trophy, which requires you to get a guard to kill another guard, and this is done by terrifying them. So you can do this in a variety of ways of getting kills. So the best way to do it is to just pick up a body that you've from a guard that you killed, and just throw that dead guard at the location of that other guard that's walking around. That will usually scare them, and if a third guard is nearby, they will rush over because the guard will be shooting, and eventually they'll just shoot them. There's another trophy called Deadly Shadows for getting a kill with a dumpster. So this is I think it's a perk that you'll have to actually unlock as you progress through the game. So it's not something that you can do straight away, but you'll find lots of these dumpsters throughout the levels, and you can press circle to jump into them. And once a guard walks past, you'll see the square prompt on the screen, and you've just got to do this as you see them walking past. So provided you've got the upgrade, you can do it, and there's a level for an objective for doing that, so you'll easily get it there. Another combat trophy is called No One Lives Forever, and that is requiring you to stealth kill an elite guard that you have stunned. So these are guards that you can't just sneak up behind and press square to stealth kill them. You need to perform something else in order to get them, and here you can see I use this switch in this level to electrocute the guard as I've lured him over by making a sound. So there's various environmental hazards you can use to do that, and that is probably what you'll do to get that trophy at that point in the game. There's another trophy called Cordyceps, which is a great Last of Us reference, which requires you to kill 2 guards at the same time using a dead body that's got the toxic fungus on it. So you'll throw your toxic fungus, which is an item you'll unlock later on in the game, at a guard to kill them. Once you kill them, you want to throw that body into the path of 2 guards. They may get scared, but eventually you'll see them, as you can see here, they'll walk to the bar to the guard's body to investigate, and then the fungus will just smoke out the toxin and kill them. That can be a little tricky one to get, but eventually you'll get it with enough practice. A Humble Moth trophy requires you to stun an elite with moths, and I think the moths item is the one you'd get from completing Dosan's tail. So it's one that you can't actually unlock with your points that you'll get. It's one that you just unlock by completing Dosan's tail. Then it's just a case of getting back to an elite guard in one of the levels and throwing the moths at them and then killing them. So it's an easy trophy to get, but one that you'll get in the late game. There's a great Metal Gear Solid reference in a trophy called Hidden Heaven, which requires you to get a kill with a cardboard box. So again, this is an item that you'll be able to buy later on in the game using your points. So basically just equip the box, wait for a guard to walk past that hasn't spotted you, and as they walk past you'll see the square prompt, and then you can just activate the really cool looking kill and get this awesome trophy called Inner Heaven, which is like the Outer Heaven reference. So next up we have the more action-based trophies. So these require you to do certain things with your character against guards. So one of these is to distract guards with environmental objects. So these are things like shooting gongs with your knives, or throwing your knives at lights to shatter them, and you'll see the area of effect of where the sound will reach as you target them, and if a guard is within that circle, they will hear it and then come and investigate it. So this is just one that you'll most likely get naturally as you're playing. There's another one called Manipulator for distracting enemies with your items. So these are the distracting items that you can buy and then take into a level with you. So you'll get like firecrackers, I think there's like smoke bombs, various other little tools that you can use. So the firecrackers are a great one because you can just lob them they'll make a load of noise and distract the guard. And if you do that 25 times throughout the course of your first playthrough, you're more than likely to get it, as you can take one distraction item in every time you go into a level. So there's another trophy called Oni, which I'm not sure if it's a reference to that Bungie game on PS2, but this one just requires you to terrify 10 guards in total. So you can do this by like attaching guards to lampposts when you do the stealth kill from a lamppost, or from throwing bodies at guards, or killing a guard via like bugs or something. When another guard is in view of them, they'll just shit themselves, and once you do it 10 times you'll get that trophy. There's another trophy called Things Better Left Unseen that is tied to specifically throwing a body towards an alive guard to scare them. So here you can see I did it here by just dropping the guard that I've killed up here down a floor. So you just press circle to pick them up, and then circle and down to just throw them down a floor. And as I did it with 3 of them, I definitely got the trophy for scaring them. And you can scare any type of guard with this method, so it's a really easy trophy for you to get. There's another simple trophy requiring you to throw 3 different items during a focus called Tactical Espionage Action, which is another great Metal Gear Solid reference. So during focus at the start of the game, you'll only really be able to throw your knives and maybe like a smoke bomb, so it might take you a while to get certain items, and you may need to equip a certain suit in order to be able to throw different items. But just get to a point where you see 3 enemies, or maybe a lamp and 2 enemies, and you can throw a knife at the lamp, a smoke bomb at the enemy, and then a distraction item, and then eventually you'll get that trophy. So it's another easy one. Back to Bed with You requires you to knock out an enemy twice. So this can be done in the Dosan's Tail level, or if you use the Path of Wisdom suit after completing that on a normal stage, as that allows you to not kill enemies but instead punch them to knock them out. So you just need to find a guard who is close to another guard patrolling, and when that other guard isn't looking, just knock them out and then leave their body in view of that guard. Or if they don't come all the way over, just make a noise so they come over to them and investigate, and then once they get the guard back up, you just knock them out again. The Gallows Trophy requires you to get 5 hand kill scares, so you can actually get an ability later on to attach a body who's on the floor to a lamppost, or you can just hang from a lamppost and kill them that way to have them hanging. And eventually just going through the game and trying to do this every time you see a lamppost near a guard, just do this trophy and eventually you'll get it. So this was a trophy I struggled with for a while to get, because I could never get a guard to fall down from a ledge high enough to end up killing themselves. So you want to scare a guard first by maybe hanging a guard on a lamppost near a guy on a roof, and if you make a noise they should look down and see the guard, if they don't otherwise, as they patrol. And I found the best way to do it is just to lob a dead body at the guard as they get close to the edge. They should turn around, see it, and then stumble backwards and hopefully die, but that's probably one that'll take you a couple of attempts to get. The next trophy, the couldn't do that before trophy, requires you to use dusk moths to disable one of those spotlights with a grate over it, the ones that you can't shoot with a knife. So you can only do this once you've completed the Dosan's Tail, or if you do it within that level, as you will only get that ability once you do that level. So just equip the moths, take them into a level that you know has spotlights, and just lob them at the spotlight with the grate on, and then you will unlock that trophy. So it's another simple one. Next up is the collectible upgrade trophies, and the first one of these is the earning all 3 seals in all levels, and the seals are basically sub-objectives throughout each mission. So you might have to reach a certain point within a time limit, get certain specific kills or not being seen, and so on. And thankfully, if you fail an objective as you're playing through the level, you can immediately just pause and restart the checkpoint, and it'll take you back to before you've failed, so you can still carry on and try it again, so you haven't got to restart the whole level. Most of these aren't too bad, to be fair. I didn't really struggle at any of them, and like I said, you can just restart to get them, so they're pretty easy to get. Complete all challenge rooms. So throughout the level you'll often find these secret hidden areas that will lead to a shrine that will then teleport you to this like challenge room, where you'll have to basically get through to reach a scroll pickup. So basically you have to solve like switch puzzles, or get past loads of lasers, move a load of boxes to get through loads of trapdoors and things like that. Most of them aren't that challenging, but they might take you a couple of minutes to figure out the solution, but they're easy enough and you can look up online to figure out how to do them if you're struggling. The next collectible type is to find the 3 scrolls, so that sort of ties into the last one, the challenge room, but each level will have 3 hidden scrolls throughout the game, not to be confused with the artifacts in the levels that you can pick up for extra points. These are often slightly hidden off the path. Basically, you just have to find them and pick them up with circle. There are 3 in every level, and you can easily use the map to look for areas that kind of look like they're going off the path, and they'll usually be there, so they're quite easy to find. The next trophy is for purchasing all of the collectibles. So you earn the points for the collectibles by beating the 3 scores in each level, finding the 3 scrolls, and beating the challenge room, as well as doing the objectives for each level. So you'll need to do all of those in order to be able to earn enough points to be able to buy everything, because you won't end up with excess points unless you complete the Dosan's Tail mission. So if you're struggling, you will have to do them all anyway to get all the other trophies. The next set of trophies are the complete an objective trophy. So these are just certain misc tasks in levels that are just bunched together. So the first one is to complete a level without ever being seen, and this might sound like it's quite hard, but just pick an easy level. I think I picked level 2 and just played that without being seen. Whenever I did mess up and get spotted, I just paused, restarted that checkpoint and carried on from there, so it won't void your trophy if you do that. So it just makes it a whole lot easier. But the next trophy is for performing 5 different stealth kills in a level. So you can stealth kill by hanging off a lamppost using a chain, you can stealth kill from behind, you can stealth kill from above dropping down, you can stealth kill from in a vent, you can stealth kill from a vent on the floor, and there are various other ones you can do. So you'll probably end up just getting this naturally anyway as you play. Maybe you'll hide in a bin and do it from there. So there's plenty of opportunities and creative ways to do this trophy, so it's not really one that you should struggle with. There's another trophy, Descendant of Iger, for getting a 3-star rating on all the levels. So this is for the points rating, so you get rated off of the kills you do. The different types of kills you do will get you more points if you do various different ones. For not being seen, there's like a 3,000 point bonus, so you'll definitely want to get that. There is also a bonus for never killing anyone, but you're better off just killing people and then getting the not being seen bonus, and that should net you enough points then. But if you're struggling, just replay a level and eventually you'll just pick it up. There's another trophy called Mercy for beating a level with 0 kills. So this is done easily on any of the levels, to be honest. You can easily get through as long as there's no elites that you have to kill or any bosses that you have to kill. So just pick a decent level and just work your way through it, but just make sure that you don't kill anyone, and if you do, restart the checkpoint immediately and you should be okay. There's another trophy that ties into that if you beat a level with no kills and no alerts. So I can't remember what this level was called, but you should be able to figure it out by just looking at this video. But this was the best level to do it on. I think it's the one when you got to blow up the generator within a minute as one of the sub-objectives. So there's certain points where you might get screwed over by a checkpoint, so always take it slow. If you use a smoke bomb, be aware that that can alert enemies after they come out of it, so just be cautious. Try and use knives to distract the enemies with throwing them at the lamppost to get around them. Don't always rely on the smoke because it can screw you over. There's another trophy for just completing the level using the Path of Wisdom suit. So this is the one that you'll get from completing the Dosan's Tail level. So just pick any of the normal game levels and equip that suit on the menu before you start it. And once you complete that level, you will just easily unlock that trophy.
This way.
So that's another simple one to do, just requires you to play another level with that suit. So there's another trophy called Dark Project, which requires you to get an undetected bonus 10 times in levels. This one was a bit tricky, I thought. So you'll get an undetected bonus by being hidden in like a door or a box or a bin as a guard walks past and they don't see you, or maybe you're hanging on the ceiling above them and they don't see you, and you'll get 1 detected bonus for that per guard if they do that. But the best way to do it is to just equip the box and just always stand in the path of a guard with the box, and you'll get that detected bonus, and you'll easily get that trophy in the level then. There are some dev commentaries that can be accessed via the settings menu, so if you set these two on, you'll be able to view some various different commentaries in the levels as you go through them. You'll often see these speech bubbles, and for the most part you can go up to them and press circle to read the text, and that'll give you the trophy. Some of them are high up and they may require you to just throw a knife at them, so if you just switch that on and play through a level, you'll eventually come across enough of these to get the trophy. And there's also another trophy, while I I think it's interesting, which is for reading a historical commentary. So this is the same thing. If you have those commentary settings on, you'll just eventually see one of these throughout the game, because the devs talk about everything from the historical accuracy of like the tools Ninja used to the voice actors they found and the gameplay design structure and things like that. So eventually you'll just find one as you go through reading them. And that leads us to the final trophy, the Platinum Trophy, and that is earned for gathering all of the other trophies, and it's just called Completion. So yeah, that is basically it. That is all the 39 trophies that you'll need in order to fully complete this game and get the Platinum Trophy. So all that's left really is to decide whether you should play it, plat it, or just downright avoid it. And well, it has to be plat it. This game is brilliant. Go and buy it and plat it.